You ever have those mornings where no matter what you do, you just can't get out the damn door? First you can't find your wallet, then you find your wallet, and then you set your keys down. And then you forgot your coffee cup, and the paper you needed, you forgot to grab, or whatever. You lost this or lost that. Today is difficult getting out of the house. Starting off this morning, we'll probably be just doing a lot of moving equipment around. We got a grain cart, truck, and tractor out in one field that need to be moved over closer to the house. We're gonna do a little 40-acre spot today, I'm thinking. That's corn. Gary got about halfway through his beans, and then he was finding that they're a little bit too wet. And I'll probably spend a good half of the morning just kind of resetting. Well, we got everything home. Now it's time for the reset. And when I say reset, I guess what I'm saying is we're going to go through, lube everything, check the fluids on everything, blow all the dust off, check for leaks, just kind of reset for the next field.
Son of a southern man, daughter of a free man, children of the Civil War. Blackbird on a limb, both of them diving in deeper than they've been before.
Still a little gimpy with the knee this morning. We got everything pretty much teched out. Gary took the corn combine across the road to start cutting that out. We're gonna check where the moisture is, and while he's doing that, I'm gonna tech this machine out over here, make sure all the fluids and everything are up, blow it off, and get him set to go so he can resume beans. He just wanted to, this is his field of corn, and he kind of wanted to check and see what, where everything was at, maybe tighten the cylinder a little bit, speed it up, slow it down. Well, today was going along pretty good. We got everything moved over to the 40 and got started picking. Moisture seems all right. Everything was going fine until we switched over and the head plugged on me. And so I got out to see what was going on, and I could smell smoke, which is never good. So pulled it out onto the road, called Gary, came over and took a look at, and this bearing down here is, well, it's back in there. But that is what sucks all the grain up into the combine going that way. So anyway, we're gonna pull this off and replace some bearings and hopefully not find fire. Had a rough ending to yesterday. I went out and was cutting some of Gary's corn, and I could smell like a smoldering, burning smell. And one of the bearings on the feeder house pulls the grain up into the combine went out and was rubbing and throwing sparks somewhere inside the feeder house, which is exceedingly dangerous. Luckily, I pulled out into the grass, started taking things off, found out where it was, brought it home, blew it all out with a leaf blower and the air gun. And problem is now we gotta take that head off and put a new bearing in. And so I think we're just gonna drop the head right now, and both of us are gonna switch over to cutting beans because they're really dry. And it's just quick. We just need to get the beans out before the corn in case weather comes. I'm thinking this is probably gonna be the last day of the season that I can actually wear shorts. It's 43 degrees this morning, and I think we're supposed to get some rain tonight or early tomorrow morning, and the temperatures are going to come down quite a bit. So I think this is the end of my shorts wearing for farming days. Gary's going to work on setting the other combine up, and while he's doing that, I'm going to cut beans here. Luckily, this combine you don't have to jump start. This is the field that when I was planting this spring, I was doing a video on, and I got all screwed up on my rows. I made one mistake. I didn't get a marker arm touching all the way to the ground. It was just barely touching, so I didn't make a mark, which in all this stubble made it so that I wasn't able to see where my line was, and I made kind of a crooked line. I probably shouldn't show it, but if I get there, I'll try and point out how bad that